Range is clear. Time 1201.
And that time was a .85 on that.
This one is worthwhile to see. This is amazing to me because it's a .86 on a retention holster. Hey guys, this is Mike again at the Pineland Barn. We're here to do another episode of Mere Mortals, where the 99% of us mere mortals, are chasing that 1% dream of becoming a world great. I will never be a world great, but I'm gonna try. And JJ Racaza is the person that we are emulating today. I asked my friend, who is a Navy SEAL captain and on the World Pistol Shooting Team, who has the best draw stroke in the world, and he said JJ Racaza. So JJ, we're gonna try to learn your technique in just 2 hours of dry fire practice after we do a baseline today, and see if I can get better, at least 20%. All right, so instead of just doing a single holster and a speed holster, we're gonna do a retention holster, which is this is a level 1 retention holster. And then we'll do a speed holster. It's actually not a speed holster, it doesn't come out to the front, but it comes out the top. .24, and that's an A-zone hit. 1.24. Okay. 2 more. .12. That one's much better. I think it's dead on the middle. Yep, dead on the middle, much better. Try again. .23. Okay, 5 shots from a speed holster or an open holster, and drop the I dropped the light, pistol light. .106, that one's pretty good. I was pressing before I even got my sights on. Right next to it, 106 again. Wow, that's surprising. That's really surprising. .109 without a retention button and a holster. It's faster, probably at least 1/10 of a second faster for me, maybe 1/15 of a second. All right, now let's go to 2 hours of dry fire and see if I can improve. I'd have to get, this one's gonna be harder for me because I'm gonna have to get below a .9. To get a 20% improvement on this, I gotta get around a .9. On the retention holder, I gotta get just a sub 10 on the retention. Hey guys, make sure you watch till the end to hear how you can win some cool Pinelander swag. So you guys can get some free patches, free hats, and maybe some free tees while supplies last. All right, Ben Stager's 1/3 target for JJ Racaza's sub 1 second draw, which means I'm at 7 feet, which is the equivalent of about 7 yards. So the first thing that JJ taught me in his video is he comes down, he hits the gun really hard.
I hit my draw as hard as I can from here to here, because every single step of the way we have an opportunity to either gain time or lose time.
And the second thing is, instead of moving this hand and this hand at the same time as I do this, I'm bringing this over and meeting it here, which is what my technique used to be. Now what I'm doing is I am holding this hand just a little bit, I'm delaying it a little bit, hitting it hard, and then I'm driving to the target at the same time.
And in step 2, one little tidbit for me is I hit and use my support hand to drive my gun to the target. I don't just sit there and meet and greet. I sit there and literally hit that with my support hand. Is what you're probably seeing on videos, how it speeds up real quick, right to an immediate stop, as if I'm throwing a back fist where my hand is relaxed, and then a tight grip right at the last bit, right up to 10%.
I think it's got me some extra speed here. So we'll see. Let me just do a few without the beeper. And you can hear, what is interesting, you can hear me hitting the gun and driving it out. You can hear it like that. I don't have a true speed holster. I don't have a dropped holster or a spacer here, but still, I should be able to get sub 1 second here. Let's try a couple. Yep, I think that was it. That was a 0.9 par time. The grab wasn't great, but it still would have been an effective shot. That was good. Try one more. Okay, I think we got it for these guys. Let's do it on the retention holster. There we go, that's it. If my Safariland retention holster draw was about 1.2 seconds, the open holster draw was about 1.08 seconds or 1.1 seconds, it means both of mine have to be sub 1 second after I dry fire. JJ Racaza is at 0.85.
And that time was a 0.85 on that.
My goal is just sub 1 second on both holsters. Let's see how I do. Part 2 of JJ Racaza, trying to get sub 10 seconds, and I think on the retention holster I was at about 1.2 seconds on average, so I need to get down to around a 0.95 would be great, and that would get me a 20% improvement somewhere around there. And then for the speed or open holster, I need to be about a 0.90, high 0.8s, which is going to be even trickier.
My first initial thing is to try to save time on each and every single step of my draw. Step 1, step 2, and step 3. If I can create a consistency in every single piece of those steps and hit those steps perfectly, it'll create a consistent pattern on my draw.
All right, there's two types of tests that I'm doing. One is on a retention holster. This is a Safariland level 1 retention holster. That's just to protect the optic. The only retention is a button next to my thumb, which allows it to come out. If you don't press that button, it doesn't come out. It's going to be upside down. It's not going to come out. So that's a Safariland retention level 1 holster. And the biggest difference between that and the other holster is that I have to mechanically release it. So I can draw it. So let me do a quick setup here. So I have to mechanically release it here, come down and snatch, and press down with my thumb. And that pulls it out. That allows me to pull it out. That's the first holster. The second holster is going to be the, I call it an open holster. It's not a speed holster. I'm not really set up for speed in either of these setups. Neither of these are speed or race guns. This is a, it's got a competition trigger on it, but the rest of it is pretty much standard. It's got a better grip. It's got some titanium rods in it, tungsten rods in it to weigh it down. And then it's got a little bit lighter spring, recoil spring. But other than that, it's pretty stock stuff. All right, let's try it out. Let me try a couple dries.
My goal is to move as fast as I can from here to here to here, and then prepping the trigger and watching my sights on target.
So not quite a 12-inch plate, but it's pretty darn close. If you think of all the white, it's probably very close to a 12-inch plate, the same area. They're gonna try this at sub 10 seconds. Here we go. First one, 0.94. Retention. That's a first shot, and I got my goal. 0.94. So let's try it again. See if I can get below that. I'll tell you what, I'm actually amazed with his technique on this and how effective it is. .97. You know what's amazing? It's two shots on top of each other. 0.97. They're right on top of each other. Okay, let's keep going. This one is worthwhile to see. Boy, I am. This is amazing to me because it's a 0.86 on a retention holster, and I'm dead on in accuracy. So I am blown away by this technique. This is I've been having a hard time breaking through. 1.2 seconds with a retention holster has been I just can't break through it. It's about 1.15, 1.25, 1.2, and using this technique just in dry fire for two hours I've got a .86 after the third shot. These are only 3 shots I've done. .95, .97, .86, I'm blown away. JJ Racaza, I'm blown away. All right, try it again. This is the open holster, and I have to tell you, I'm embarrassed. I don't know the name of this holster. It doesn't have a name on it anywhere. I bought it maybe a little while ago, but it's a great holster. It's like a nice Codex holster, and it has served me well for what I use it for. The only thing I don't like about it is it rides high, rides very high, rides very high on my hip, and so that slows me down a bit. So two things I don't like about it. One is it sits right on my hip. There's no spacer here. And if you notice the speed, the races, when people are competing, they have spacers that pulls it out maybe an inch, maybe 2 inches. I'm not sure what exactly it is, but it pulls it away from their hip and it drops it. So this has a partial drop. I think they just might call this a quarter drop. I'm not sure if that's called a quarter drop. If anybody knows, let me know. But this would be faster if it was further away from my hip and it was down lower. So I have to come up higher, grab it, and it's not really tight enough. So I'll tighten it down, but I have to come up, grab it, and then press it out. So, and that's it. Those are the 2 holsters. Let's get to work. Okay, so we have an open holster. It's not a speed holster, it's just an open holster. Should theoretically be faster, but beating a .86 with my retention holster on a open holster, who knows? So I'm gonna do a couple dry fires first. Empty. That was good. I'm using his technique again. I'm jamming the support hand, not jamming it, but pushing it in hard and forward, getting it there faster. All right, we're ready. Live. .88. There's one. Better, .85. That one hit 2, a top. .89. It's definitely working. There's no doubt his technique is superior to the technique that I had. I was watching some world shooters, and what I was showing them they were doing is they were grabbing it, and then they'd bring their hand over at the same time, meet it here, and then bring it all the way up. What he's saying is very different. I would encourage you guys all to try this because it's so much faster. He hits it hard, he brings it up, and then he pushes up with this hand. Instead of just meeting it, he pushes up, and you can hear my hand in dry fire. You can hear my hand hitting like that, and then pushes it out. And that has been so much faster for me. Okay, you can say that's not really fair because these 2 are off, but come on. I'm looking at a 6 shots, I got 4 in the probably the high 8s range. And then the other one, the 3 shots, 1, 2, and 3, which was a brilliantly amazing to me. 1, 2, and 3 was a the last one ended at a .86, which I just could not believe that. And this is all because of his technique. It is hitting it hard, and pushing it out. That's what the big difference for me here has been. Hit it hard here, and then push it out with your other hand. That was a huge breakthrough for me. There are a rare few who are world beaters like JJ. Even fewer are great teachers. JJ is both, and I, for one, plan to learn all I can from him. Thank you to JJ, Miles, and Tactical Hive. All right, let's give away some gear, some swag. The first one is, this is for the best comments contest, the most liked comments contest. And I would love to say that I'm gonna give you this whole JPC Cry Precision 2.0, but no, you get this cool patch. These cool Pinelander patches. Come on guys, this is just for making good comments and finding good videos and making good comments on my videos and giving shout outs to the people that I am honoring, or giving shout outs to the video itself that you like. This is a Pinelander patch. Pinelander this is actually a real great story. It's a shout out to the Special Forces teams in their final training. I volunteered several times to do that, and it's spectacular to do that. But Pineland is their kind of fictitious home, if you will, where they do all their training. So that's what the Pinelander is. So if you're a Pinelander, number one, it's a shout out to U.S. military and particularly the Special Forces. Number two, it is a shout out to you, as I am personally responsible for my own training. I am going to get trained. I'm going to be responsible for my weapons handling, my skills, and I'm going to do more to get better and be responsible. That's what a Pinelander is. Here's how you can win a cool Pinelander patch paying respects to the SF community. Number one, you got to be subscribed. Number two, give an inspirational shout out in the comments. The 3 comments with the most likes in the first 2 weeks of posting this video will get the swag. Our next training project is designed to honor military and law enforcement teams with prizes. So take 1 minute to get more info on our website now.